I've been a police officer for 11 years. You learn early that fear doesn't always come with screams of blood. Sometimes it comes quietly, like a radio signal you wish you'd never answered. This happened 3 winters ago. I still haven't told anyone the full story, because every time I try, my radio turns on by itself. I was working the night shift in a small town off Route 17, one of those long, empty highways that stretch forever through pine forests. The kind of road where headlights feel like they're floating in darkness and the silence presses against your ears. It was 2:17 a.m. Snow had started falling, light but steady, covering tire marks almost as soon as they appeared. Dispatch was quiet, too quiet. I remember sipping cold coffee, thinking how strange it was that there hadn't been a single call for hours. Then the radio crackled. Unit 12, respond to a welfare check. Route 17, mile marker 43. The dispatcher's voice sounded off, flat, almost mechanical. I asked for details. Silence. Then, after a few seconds, caller reports a man standing in the road. That was it. No name, no description. Just a man standing in the road. I acknowledged and turned the cruiser around. Route 17 at night feels wrong. No houses, no streetlights, just trees pressing in from both sides, their branches bending like they're listening. As I drove, my radio hissed softly, like someone breathing on the other end. I told myself it was just static. When I reached mile marker 43, I slowed down. At first, I didn't see anything. Then, my headlights hit something pale. A man stood in the middle of the road. He wasn't waving, wasn't moving, just standing there, facing away from me. I stopped the cruiser about 20 feet back and stepped out, hand resting on my holster. "Police?" I called out. "Sir, are you okay?" No response. The man was tall, wearing what looked like an old coat, too thin for the weather. The snow passed through him strangely, like it didn't want to land. That's when I noticed something else. There were no footprints. Not behind him, not around him, just smooth, untouched snow. My stomach tightened. I took a step closer. "Sir?" Slowly, unnaturally slowly, the man began to turn. His face. I've seen dead bodies, car accidents, crime scenes. This was different. His eyes were open, but empty, like someone had scooped the life out and forgotten to close them. His mouth hung slightly open, frozen mid-word. And then he spoke, but not with his mouth. My radio spoke instead. "Officer, why didn't you stop?" I froze. The voice was distorted, layered, like several people talking at once. I don't understand," I said. The man tilted his head. "We waited." Us? Memories rushed in all at once. A year earlier, a late shift, Route 17, a car accident. I remembered the wreck now, the twisted metal, the flashing lights. A family of 3. The father had stumbled into the road, waving for help. And I remembered something else. I had been tired, running late. Another unit was closer. I had driven past. The man took a step toward me. Still no footprints. "We waited," the radio whispered. "We stood right here." My breath came out in clouds. "I called it in. I did my job." The man's head snapped upright.
His mouth didn't move, but the radio screamed, "You didn't stop!" Suddenly, headlights appeared behind me. Another police cruiser. Relief washed over me so fast my knees nearly buckled. The car pulled up, lights flashing. An officer stepped out. He looked familiar. Too familiar. As he got closer, I realized why. It was me. Same uniform, same badge number, but his eyes were hollow. He smiled. "End of shift," the radio said. "Time to stand in the road." The forest went silent. No wind, no snow, just the sound of radios turning on, one by one, echoing from the trees. I heard voices, dozens of them, men, women, children, all speaking through static. "You heard us. You saw us. You didn't stop." The man in front of me raised his hand. The snow beneath him finally changed. It darkened. Red seeped through the white. I stumbled back toward my cruiser, heart pounding. "This isn't real," I whispered. The other me stepped closer. "Neither are we," the radio replied. "But you will be." I slammed into my car, fumbled for the door. The radio inside burst to life. "Unit 12, welfare check, complete." The engine wouldn't start. Outside, the figures were multiplying. People stood along the road now, silent, waiting, all facing me, all without footprints. I don't remember screaming. I remember waking up in the hospital. They said they found my cruiser parked at mile marker 43, engine running, door open. No sign of anyone else. They ruled it exhaustion, hallucination. I took leave after that. Transferred departments. Different town. Different radio. But sometimes, during night shifts, when everything goes quiet, my radio clicks on by itself, and a voice whispers, "Officer,